Live now. Well, good morning and welcome to Deakin University EFNL Women's Football Season. We're here for the first match of the round between Boronia and Beaconsfield in Division 1. It's great to be back here, and we kick off proceedings here at Tormore Reserve. My name's John O'Ven. It's a pleasure to have your company today, and joined alongside me is a bloke who called probably one of the most famous men's grand finals of all time last season. I don't think he's lost. I think he's recovered his voice from that. Let's hope so. Trent Cohen, it's great to have you.
Thanks, John. I've taken a 6-month break to repair the vocal cords, but we're back and stoked to be here. It's
going to be an interesting day. Sun's just poking out here at Tormore Reserve. It's, interesting conditions to say the least. Overcast perhaps, Trent. I mean, who knows if the sun's just going to pop right out and the clouds to dissipate and we'll have a good day for footy. It's very glary though for a start. Yeah, and we're sitting almost ground level height, so the glare's certainly going to have an impact today, but it shouldn't bother us. Live now on your screen, you can see a game in the Division 3/4 grading competition. Division 3 and 4 still being worked out here in the EFNL women's competition. It's Boronia Gold up against Wani South, and the home side is leading 1-5-11 to Wanturna South. Yet to score, still in the fourth term, about 2 and a bit minutes to go. Let's have a look at the form guide coming into this year. Last year, the Boronia Hawks finished fourth and competed in the Premier B competition. Obviously, the Premier B competition now defunct. Both teams lost in semi-final 1 in the case of Boronia. They lost to the Basin 15-19, and the Eagles were defeated by North Ringwood 17-7. You and I were at that game, Trent. We got to look at Beaconsfield, and we asked some questions last season about what they can do to improve. Do you reckon perhaps with Beaconsfield Division 1 experience, perhaps they know this competition better than most and actually might be able to take it up to Boronia? Or do you think because of Boronia's experience in Premier B, with their experience playing the likes of Whitehorse Pioneers, who, for instance, were premiers, but also the opportunity to cross over with Premier A Premier A teams, like the Eastern Devils, for instance, who also won the premiership, I just had to mention that. Who wins from this point, I reckon, in the context of what I just said? Who do you reckon will take the chocolates today? Yeah, I'm still very much sitting on the fence. I think you mentioned that experience, and that's going to play a big part today. Boronia, just running my eye across the list, the team sheet here, a lot of outs have moved on. A few going to, actually they've got a couple from Vermont, a few recruits there, and then Beaconsfield's a similar sort of story. So I think that their experience in this Div 1 comp will play a part, but Boronia, for me, I'm going to lean slightly towards them today. I feel very similar to you, Trent. Let's have a look at Boronia for a moment. Well, this team has a few new players, including a couple of players who came from Vermont, the premiership side, from the Division 4 win against the Eastern Devils, which was, I think, was a 6-point margin, if I remember correctly. It was great to be out there at H.E. Parker. What a day that was. Those players in question, of course, are side by side on the team sheet. Matilda Burkett and Holly Flanagan, both Division 4 premiership players. How crucial is adding that experience to Boronia today? Yeah, that'll help immensely. We've had a silly amount of jumper changes here, so unbelievable. There's a bit of confusion. We'll blame that on round 1, but no, I think winning that flag, bring that experience across, will hold them in good stead for the Hawks. There's another player as well, Madison Supper, coming over from Mazenod, old collegians in the Ammos. That experience counts enough for itself. The VAFA competition's elite at the moment. Yeah, no doubt. And Supper, she's going to play a big part, a crucial role today for the Hawks. A former Ferntree Gully players on show today, including but not limited to Alicia Perrott, Emily Miller and Joan Decker as well. But a player to watch also in there is someone who's coming all the way from the Ballarat Football League in Delta Greenolge. I believe she's wearing number 72 today. I reckon she's going to be the surprise packet for the Hawks today.
Yeah, she could be. Looking forward to see what she can bring today. Obviously, round one, there'll be a bit of nerves, but hopefully she can put on a show for us today. 5
minutes to bounce down. Let's have a look at the Beaconsfield team, coached and technically presided over in one sense. Troy Robinson, the senior coach and indeed the president of the Beaconsfield Football Club. He's got a good team to use today. And a few Berwick Junior imports, including but not limited to Georgia Pabst, Ava Stillwell, who's the youngest player on the team, and also Nat Taylor. They're all from the Berwick Juniors. Unfortunately playing at opposite sides of the ground. But we get to see two forwards in Pabst and Stillwell work their magic together. That's important, isn't it? The connection formed from previous clubs. How crucial is that today?
Yeah, it'll be certainly crucial. And you mentioned that connection there, and there's a couple of pairs of sisters as well. So the team chemistry is certainly there today. And, yeah, interested to see how the coach, Troy Robertson, and president, I might add, how he handles it. He's got his hands full.
He does indeed. And also there's Paige Talbot as well, who's also in the forward line. So that Berwick Junior synergy, it's pretty much the Berwick Junior players against the Boronia defence, which is going to be an interesting one. Hey, plenty of action still to come across the Deakin University EFNL women's competition. Currently as well, I shouldn't say currently, but also we've got some Premier Division action to come today as well, which will start momentarily as I just refresh game day, because there's been that recent change. It's good to have a different kind of atmosphere as well, and a different program experience. But you know, Mount Evelyn and Whitehorse, of course, debuting in Premier A, so that's going to be impressive. Now, what's happening out here, Trent?
Is that do they have an Anzac Day medalist? Do they?
Potentially. I think they might, which is great. So of course this weekend, Anzac weekend, and with that comes the announcement that we do have another women's match of the round to come on Tuesday morning between the runners-up of the Premier A Grand Final, South Croydon up against the SPL Wolves. I'm very looking forward to calling that with you, Trent, I believe. It's going to be a great Tuesday, and then obviously South Croydon men will double up. The South Croydon men will play...
We're going to have to get used to that today. We just had
very much.
Patron come up and talk to us.
Hopefully we won't have anyone coming up and telling us to turn the lights on, Trent. Although I will very, very much relish that opportunity if it comes. And a big hello to Matt Fodier if he's listening. Yeah. So also Vermont Purple and the Eastern Devils White to get underway in a couple of hours at Vermont Recreation Reserve. That's how they started last year as well. It'd be great to see how they go. Now let's have a look at the other Division 1 contest. The Basin Red up against North Ringwood. Knox and Park Orchards, who fortunately lost one of their players in Hannah McKnight due to a nasty arm injury, I believe. So,
really?
There's also Ringwood and Churnside Park. And obviously today, Boronia and Beaconsfield. Yeah, so it's going to be a great day of footy. We're due to start now. It looks like the Boronia side are about to make an entrance, but we're not far away from action starting. What we might do is we'll just take a quick break and we'll be back with the action very shortly. So that was the Anzac ceremony. If you could hear it just to the left of the field. It's always a very moving ceremony, and no doubt we'll get one on Tuesday morning. Have you ever been to an Anzac Day AFL game, Trent, or perhaps with a big crowd? And yeah, what's it like for you?
No, I can't say I've had the privilege to watch an Anzac Day game. So it'll be good to have the opportunity to call one on Tuesday, but no, I can't say I've seen one live.
Yeah, it is going to be a great game. It does feel a little bit less glary at the moment, as we can see just in front of us. The home side just being given their final charges from both the captain and coach. Of course, Brianna Martin, the captain for Boronia today. And Scott Nicholas, an absolute club legend of Boronia. It's good to see him for the first time in about 5 years, I'll tell you that. Wowee. He's been absolutely everywhere in the footy world, that's for sure. And we've almost got a game on our hands, Trent.
Here we go.
Here we go indeed, as the players will take position and we'll be underway very shortly. As you can see, the media manager hopefully in the shot, running off the field, Ryan Long. He'll be joining us a little while later on in the broadcast to jump in special comments. And
so we've got Beaconsfield kicking to the left of the screen as well.
Fantastic. There's something in the... Interesting. So some are wearing white. No, they were wearing white shorts, aren't they? So that's an interesting one. One of the few women's teams to wear white shorts. But we're going to get underway here, as we're just awaiting the siren for the first match of the round to kick us off. Here's Trent Cullen.
So here we go. It's Griff Box. The umpire set to get us underway. It's tap forward the way of Boronia, and they'll look to get the first inside 50. All on her lonesome and marks well. It's a shallow entry there for Slater, who can head further afield to the numbers, and there's another one. Kick to kick early for Boronia, and good hands there from Crompton.
That was an elite inside 50 entry there from Delta Greenolge.
So we'll ride this one home with her, and she makes no mistake. The Hawks open their account in 2023.
Unbelievable start from Boronia, and that was, as I said, very clever stuff from their new recruit from Ballarat, Delta Greenolge. A great start, and they're off to a flyer, Boronia, perhaps a sign of things to come here at Tormore Reserve. But the home side up and about in the opening minute of the match of the round here, thanks to Deakin University. Umpire box as well, will throw it up. It's a Beaconsfield ball. If not for Greenolge again, she dodges one player and they go inside 50. There's a ball in dispute, and it's Beaconsfield to clear through Stillwell, one of the new players, but the ball is cleared further afield. But now Boronia are going to bring it back. To commentary side they come. Ball was juggled well there by Burkett, the premiership player, but then she lost it. Footy goes down to ground. Boronia still out the back. Here's Greenolge again, inside 50. Can someone get a mark? Yes, they can. That's brilliant work. Well, no, they can't, because it was a spilled ball. Here's Slater, I think. She's shoved in the back. Footy's gone out of bounds, and there'll be a ball up just in front of the interchange bench, very close to.
So a hot start here for the Hawks. They lead by one straight kick early. 2 minutes played here. Broadcast side it sits, it's shoveled out the way of Phillips, who slaps it forward. The bounce was unkind for them all, and it'll trickle over. So on the arc of 50, it'll be a ball up, as players just settle into this contest. So tossed high again for the Rucks to contest. There's Decker with a palm down, and it's back and on the ground, and the umpire crosses his chest again. It'll be tossed up once more.
So have the restart in the pocket once more. Rucks go at it. Boronia wins out. Oh, out the back. That was really good. But it missed everything. And Beaconsfield will bring it in, I believe. No, it's going to be a ball up. Very close to the right-hand goalpost. Rucks will go at it again. Slater is hovering around the contest. A few players out the back for Beaconsfield. Goes across the face of goal. Contest still continues. Umpire says, I'll have it as it's presumably gone over the boundary line. And we'll do it again. So here's the younger box, throwing the footy up. Blackburn didn't decide to contest it. That was a great tackle there laid by Cassie Martin. And we'll have another ball up in the opposite pocket this time. Rucks go at it. Greenhalgh is lurking, looking for the footy, but footy goes to ground. Martin gets the hand pass up. It's an immediate turnover though. That's not going to be far enough, or is it? The mark is therefore taken by Holly Flanagan, a former Vermont Premiership player. She goes with the kick and looks like it's a behind. So they register another score. 1-1-7 Boronia to Beaconsfield yet to score.
So their first blemish this morning was a fingertip on the goal line. Good defence by the Eagles as they try and exit defensive 50. It's been one-way traffic to start. There's the handball from Flanagan again. She's in amongst it. It's past minute or so. So we'll have another ball up inside 50 for the way of the Hawks. Kicking right of screen. Beaconsfield, have they got an answer? They'll have to be good to exit here. It's lurking again. That was Greenhalgh. She flicks it out. Turnover though. Straight to the Eagles, and their exit ball's turned over again. The switch is on there for the Hawks. So they spot a teammate inside 50. The kick was errant and it evades them all. As on the deck now, the ball sits. Still bubbling about. Can the Hawks find someone by hand? It's palmed back in the same direction of the handballer. Her kick forward was smothered. And now an exit ball on the far wing.
So Beaconsfield trying to make something of this exit. It's just hovering very close to the boundary line, a bit like the Collingwood of old. Great work there by Perrott, just juggling the ball as I look down at my team sheet. I apologise. And they're coming now, Boronia. The mark is taken by Slater. She kicks forward, and the mark is taken by Amanda Davidson. Great work. Reckon this will be an easy kick for her. Relatively in front at a decent angle, Trent. Davidson kicks. It's a wobbler. It's not touched on the line. It's a goal. And there we have it. The second goal for Boronia. 2-1-13. Beaconsfield yet to score. 13 minutes and a bit to go in the first term.
Geez, they continue their hot start, the Hawks. 13 points clear already. Nice little buffer created early. And it's just been pressure, and they've had sure hands inside 50. That's been the key.
So Paige Dean coming on, I think we can just see in front of it. She was part of the Australian outfit in the World Nines and Nine-a-side footy game. Well, you go, continue, Trent.
So the Hawks again look to shovel it forward. Collecting it well there was the Eagles. Martin it was indeed. The ball tucked closely to the line. It's kept in play. Ball bounces. They try and tap it forward again. Running onto it there was Crompton. Tries to manufacture a ball forward. There's Martin again trying to step through traffic. Crompton again. They work it out by hand, although one too many in the end. And we'll have a stoppage right in front of us here. 60 out from home. Way of the Hawks.
So footy goes up. Great work there from Beaconsfield. But coming out the back there was Perrott. Centering ball. Boronia just working things out at the moment. Kick forward was from Glare, but it was probably not towards the intended direction, but they've still got the ball here, Boronia, on the outer side wing. Handball was up there. And here we go again. The goal scorer might go for a second. It's across the face from Davidson. And it's just a behind. So Davidson well involved in the scoring early. 2-14, Boronia. And that is a very funky scoreboard effect, I have to say. The big fire. You can see it on the scoreboard. Very distracting, but nevertheless, they've got another behind. 2-14 to Beaconsfield yet to score.
So Davidson creating a bit of a headache for the coach, Troy Robertson. Beaconsfield has another marks taken here from Slater. She can wheel and go, called to play on in the end. A driving ball inside 50. Trying to use her body was Rice. Spills on the deck. Misses the mark by hand. There's Martin again. She's gang tackled. All sorts of holding going on the deck, and wrapped up there was number 50 for Boronia. So Griff box to toss it high again. There's Martin. Palm was down her throat, but too hot to handle. So they try and run the gauntlet out of this stoppage. Bumped off it there. And a high up and under. Davidson it might have been. And then
it was indeed.
The intercept mark from Beaconsfield. Something that they haven't been able to do early. So broadcast side, it'll trickle out. And we'll have the last possession free kick going the way of the Hawks.
Intended target there for Beaconsfield was La Rocca. But it's going to be the Hawks to take this kick to the top of the 50. Davidson with a big right boot to the top of the goal square. Turnover. Beaconsfield have it. The umpire calls. Well, it looked like he signalled play on for a moment, but then also there was a whistle. Beaconsfield to have it from the back line for the moment. Kick was looking for Blackburn, but then the wind sort of took it. And then it was Rice who dropped it. But they're still on here, Boronia, getting the resulting turnover. Ball hits the deck. Can someone get it? A goal, one of them around the contest was Chin. Ball in dispute. Beaconsfield attempting a clearance. It's a very hot footy at the moment. Players everywhere from the left to the right to the front to behind. Boronia advance with a goal. Not sure who that player was, but nevertheless they've got another one on the board.
McCage it was.
It was McCage, Alex McCage. And that was great work there. And they've got another goal here. 3-20 Boronia to Beaconsfield, yet to score. So the Premier B experience coming to a head here for the Hawks, Trent.
Yeah, no doubt. The Beaconsfield back six under siege at the moment. They're getting peppered by this Hawks outfit at the moment. Have they got an answer though? That's the question. So we tick under the halfway point left in this first quarter. And the Hawks set to get another clearance through Cuffle. She heads forward and they've got the numbers. Do
Go,
the
Dino.
Hawks.
Go, Dino.
Dean,
yes.
take it away.
Oh, I'm sorry, Trent. I just had to. That was brilliant from Paige Dean. Might sound like I'm barracking for a second there, but you know what? She deserved that goal. It was good.
Chuck your neutral hat back on. It was a good goal nonetheless. Paige
Not even
Dean,
a Boronia supporter.
Paige Dean it was. Just read it better than anyone. Sailed over the pack and she just got the crumbs nicely and slotted it through. So Boronia head to 4-2-26. Beaconsfield yet to trouble the scorers. Yet to have an inside 50 as they win the hit out here. Swift hands there from Burkett. Inboard. Misses the mark as it's thrown up there. Justin Box there. The umpire unsighted.
Father and son, Trent, working together on this fine Saturday morning. Beaconsfield come out of the ruck. A few hand passes left and right. Clearance there was made by Blackburn to a one-on-one contest. Couldn't find the intended target. As Beaconsfield just peppering away at the moment. Boronia working hard to defend. One of them there was Glare. Works hard in back line. They're going to clear it, Boronia. down almost the centre of the ground into relative open space for a moment. And Boronia, I tell you what, they're on here at the moment. They're just running the gauntlet at the moment, except the gauntlet doesn't have any opposition players. A relatively open goal square, but it's going to be cut short. And I think the player in question there is, might be Pabst in the back line. And Beaconsfield clear very easily. In the centre of the ground, oh gee, that was a wobbler. And Boronia managed to snatch the ball back. That was great running there by Phillips, who sends the ball further afield. And here's Slater. Assesses the options. Elects to go deep. 2-on-1 contest. It was in favour of Beaconsfield. No one can get the footy. Might be set to trickle over here as players hit the deck. And players hit the deck again slightly further afield. Here's a Boronia shot on goal. Just behind. Doing all the scoring at the moment, the Hawks. And the score is 4-3-27. Beaconsfield yet to score.
So the kick-out duties here with the Beaconsfield captain, Blackburn. Spots up Johnson well on the outer wing side. In front of the EFNL logo. So further afield now. About 60 out from home. Collecting at ground level there was Phillips. Put a teammate under immediate pressure. As they sort it out by hand, the umpire let them play. Inside 50 they head. And using her body well there was Rice again, who's had a good couple of minutes here after a slow start. Her errant ball might have found the hand of Johnson, so it will be tossed up instead of a last possession rule. So high again from Griff Box. At the fall there, it's all Boronia sorting it out with Slater. Her handball missed the mark, although they've got representation at ground level. Her handball was smothered there. That was number 34, Holly Flanagan. Ball still trickling about. McRae getting involved. And the whistle, so another stoppage.
Yeah, Greenhalgh's just lurking around the contest. She definitely wants that footy. Footy comes up, footy comes down. It's all Boronia at the moment. Slater dodges one. She might be a chance here. Kick goes forward. It's really good. It's a goal. Rachel Slater, a superstar in front of goal last season. 17 goals in 15 games last year. She picks up where she left off, and another goal to Slater as they register another major on the board. 5-3-33. Beaconsfield yet to score.
That's just reward for hard work there. She's almost brought her own footy today. And it's paying off.
And it's only the first quarter.
It's only the first quarter. It's alarm bells ringing here for Troy Robertson. 5-3-33 to the one inside 50 for Beaconsfield. So back in the centre of Tormore Reserve again. On her hands and knees was Phillips. She flicks it back to the quarterback. Her ball forward was smothered. Getting involved there was Flanagan again. There's a whistle. Downfield it might be. So there's the team chemistry on display for the Boxers. The two umpires officiating today. So free kick, Boronia. They've had all the ascendancy inside 50 to the hotspot. And a good juggling mark there from the Eagles defender. She heads broadcast side, spots something she likes. Keep the ball away from Greenhalgh. They should get that message out there. As a sling tackle will go the way of number 10, Georgia Pabst. She wheels and goes. 3 minutes left in this first term. It's a soccer off the deck, and then Beaconsfield, well, they palmed it down well. They're winning a couple of key battles here, although Greenhalgh,
oh, look at that.
Inside 50. Oh, her teammate had to be infringed. It's play on nonetheless as Boronia. There's a goal looking imminent here again. Soccer in the wrong direction, although her teammate was there. Number 4 it was, Miller. We'll have a stoppage, 40 out from home, directly in front.
Up goes the football. Rucks go at it. At the full of it, here's Slater. Gets the hand pass off. Chance for goal here, bouncing ball, one-on-one contest. Here's Dean again on the right boot. She missed it. Bit of a grubber off the right boot, across the face. No score.
She's lightning, nearly striking twice for Dean there.
So Boronia might get a turnover here from the resulting incoming kick from defence. Greenalge is in there. She's flattened. Great tackle there on, I think it might have been Slater. That was great work further afield as the Boronia player there was just landed in her back. I think that question in there, the player in question there might have been Slater, as they're inside 50 again, Boronia. No one's at the full of the football. And the umpire will have the ball back after nothing ensues. It goes up. Rucks go at it. Ball hits the ground again. Ball was snatched there. Ball hits the deck. Out the back here. Oh, I'll tell you what, Greenalge, this will be a fitting finish. She does the unselfish thing and gets it off to Crystal Chin. And Chin makes no mistake. Kicks another goal for Boronia. 6-3-39. Beaconsfield yet to score. We're inside the last minute in the first term.
Yeah, red time major there for Beaconsfield. That's what they didn't want. As we're just getting an injury update here. Tamlin Collins off with a hand injury. Getting treatment on the sidelines at the moment. That's not what she needs, because she did have a lot of injury troubles throughout 2022 that hindered her campaign. As back in the centre of Tormore Reserve again. It's flicked away of 24 Burkett. They sorted out by hand well with Cuffle running through the corridor. Head to the numbers. Boronia inside 50. Dean again. Can she trap this one? It's a hot footy Beaconsfield. They've almost thrown their numbers behind the ball. Martin found space right on the siren for quarter time, and it's been one-way traffic. I think that's the understatement of the century there. Boronia 6-3-39. Beaconsfield yet to trouble the scorers, and with one inside 50 to their name, Jono.
Well, that says it all, doesn't it? As we head to a break. 3 quarters to come here at Tormore Reserve, and as you said, the score 6-3-39. Boronia, Beaconsfield yet to score. Back with the second quarter very shortly. Quarter time here at Tormore Reserve. It's the Deakin University EFNL match of the round. The first of two, of course, the second to come on Tuesday morning on Anzac Day. But right now, it's Boronia and Beaconsfield. The scoreboard reads 6-3-39, the home side to Beaconsfield. Yet to score. Scott Nicholas in front of us just issuing the charges. They've got a lot of great structure around and a lot of team synergy for the Hawks. And a great start for the home side for sure. John O'Ven and Trent Callan with you on the first of many matches of the round to come here in the EFNL women's competition. Wonder how many games we'll do together, Trent. I reckon there's going to be a lot of them. Well,
we've got 2 in a week, basically, with the one on Tuesday coming up, the Anzac Day game. So that's a good way to kick things off 2023.
Hey, don't forget as well, we do have a podcast about all things female footy. It's called Female Footy Focus. Thanks to Deakin University. It aired last week, the first episode. It was 2.5 hours long. Can you believe that, Trent? Talking about all things, every club except for Division 3 and 4, because we don't quite know the competition structure yet, but we got perhaps a bit of an indication earlier today with the grading game between Boronia and Wantirna South. But nevertheless, you can go and listen to that. And also, there's an interview. There's a couple of interviews. For a start, there's Meg Thompson from East Ringwood that was held by Josh Ward in the first half, and then later on there's someone who plays their 200th game next week. That is Sarah McNamara, the number 53 and former captain from the Eastern Devils. You can hear that on Female Footy Focus on Spotify and wherever you get your podcasts. And it seems that we've got another injury update. It's Colin. She's back on for the second quarter, which is good news. And we may have another one as well shortly to come. What do we got here? So we've got coaches' messages as well, which we'll touch on soon as well as we get underway for the second quarter. Here's Trent Cohen once more.
Thanks for that, Kate, our boundary reporter on the injury updates, and she's across it all here on the EFNL broadcast as we start the second term. Griff Box getting it underway. Have Beaconsfield got an answer here? They would have had a stern talking to from Troy Robinson. Not a good way to start things here in the new year. There's Greenhardt getting involved again. Someone's got a man up on her. A driving ball inside 50 to the teeth of goal, and it's a good mark taken there. Crompton it was. She'll go back and calmly slot through. Hopefully Boronia's 7th goal, can you believe? She strolls in, and the left footer makes no mistake. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. And there it is, 7-3-45.
To Beaconsfield yet to score indeed. Sorry to interrupt you, Trent, there. But I tell you what, the coach's message there, Scott Nicholas said, let's put the foot down in the second quarter. And no doubt that is the case, and they've already obeyed the coach's orders. Meanwhile, Beaconsfield need to work on the defensive one-on-one and back themselves as well. So whilst Scott's telling them to put the foot down, the opposition side is just saying to back themselves, though it may be a little bit difficult at the moment. Play restarts in the centre of the ground. Here's Greenhalgh, who's assessing her options, gets the hand pass off to her teammate that was immediately tackled. Holding the ball's the call. Beaconsfield's ball.
Hodgenacki it was. Brilliant.
So Hodgenacki sends a high up and under. Missed the intended target there. Trying to get the ball there was Robinson. And she couldn't quite as Boronia clear it out through McCage. Goes opposite boundary side. Ball in dispute. It's currently in the hands of a Beaconsfield player, though. Umpire says nothing doing. My ball. And we're going to do it all again. Up we go. Rucks go at it. Deft touch there from Crompton, the goal scorer from before. As Boronia move it down. Kick was looking there for Greenhalgh. She got the ball shoved, Blackburn. Said, how about that? And still got the kick away. in the direction of Tamlin Collins, who, as we said, is back for the second quarter, but it's a turnover. It's going to go the way of Beaconsfield as it went over the boundary line. Trent.
So the Boronia ruckman here, Joanne Decker's just voluntarily come off the field, clutching at her right elbow or something along that region, as it's through the hands of Talbot on the stretch on the outer wing. She turns tackler along with Robinson, who's getting involved there. Blackburn lurking that quarterback role. She can sit under this high up and under if she pleases. It drifted to the right of her and through the centre, although missing her mark was the Eagles' defender. And it just invites the Boronia pressure at ground level. We'll have another stoppage, 60 out from home. Boronia kicking to the left of screen. So it's tossed high again. There's Martin trying to step through. She's trying to take on the world at the moment. Couldn't get through the Phillips tackle. She's been a stalwart for this Hawks outfit. 8 times in the best last year. Through the hands of Slater. She was out of position, did well. She butters up at ground level. Tries to feed the handball out to her teammate in waiting. Greenhardt is collected quickly. We'll have another stoppage in front of that scoreboard. That's not pretty reading if you're an Eagles fan.
Up goes the footy. A few double touching there from both teams as the umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go the way of Beaconsfield, presumably a high one. And Blackburn's got it in the pocket, right under the scoreboard there. I reckon one of the best looking scoreboards in the Eastern competition. Boronia managed to get the turnover and they're inside 50 again. If not for that Beaconsfield defender. And what do you know? Another turnover as well. Phillips gets the ball again. Goes inside 50, finds Slater as easy as you like. And she's got another shot on goal here. She has a big chance to add to the goal tally early, Rachel Slater. She kicks. It's off hands. A chance on the goal line, maybe. No, as there's a ball in dispute. Might still be a chance here for Boronia. Yes, out the back door. Shot on goal. It's a point. And they register their 4th behind, 7-4-46, with the big effect on the scoreboard. Beaconsfield yet to score.
Had the opportunity to rush that through for a minor score, opted against it. They can count their lucky stars that it was only the single blemish in the end as Blackburn spills what she could have taken. Our view just obstructed by the coach's box in front of us here. We'll do our best though, as Justin Box tosses it high once more. Inside 50, the way of the Hawks, off the ground soccer. Good tackle applied there on Greenhardt, and it'll be awarded. So Robertson getting the better of the Hawks midfielder there. She can head to broadcast side. 2-on-1 contest. The Eagles player was the meat in the Hawks sandwich there. She does well enough to butter up, although the tackling pressure was hot. And it'll be a ball up as Griff Box crosses his chest right in front of us here. Quick to toss it up again as we reiterate the news of Decker. The Hawks ruckman just getting her right elbow strapped. So inside 50 now, Slater bombs it forward to the teeth of goal. They sorted out well by hand to the Eagles. You heard the call, pay the mark. It's off hands. Slater again. It's her own footy at the moment.
Oh, you're kidding. Feeds
a handball inboard. McCage over the top to Davidson. She steadies and goals. This is getting a bit out of hand for the Eagles now. Boronia rather.
That's all right, Trent. It's round 1.
Just dusting off the cobweb still, but...
That's all right, mate. Me too.
Boronia certainly aren't. They're coming out to play.
Full steam ahead. They're a very happy team at Boronia at the moment. Up goes the footy for the restart. Hitting the tap down there was Crompton, this time in the ruck. Footy goes down in the hands of Robinson this time. Now the footy comes back, and now Boronia have the ball again. McCage. No, it wasn't McCage this time. It was number 38. Oh, there we go. Supper from Mazenod Old Collegians. There it was as I pick up the pace. Inside 50. Surely they're going to score another goal here. Flanagan was tackled. What's the decision there? Holding the ball was the call, despite the fact that she got the ball and didn't really have much time to dispose of it. Beaconsfield down the line. So this is Hodgenacki, right in front of us on commentary wing. Kicks the ball slightly infield. Martin was at the fall of it. She's tackled. Footy goes to ground. She's dispossessed. Pintauti was in there as well. In there as well also is Gregory. As there's a ball in dispute, but it's Boronia at the moment to come out with it. Can they try and clear the ball? Greenhalgh gets the ball, puts on the afterburners, kicks to a teammate who didn't want to collect. I think that was Slater in there. Turnover results. Here's Beaconsfield. And a mark is comfortably taken on the outer side wing. There might be a chance at goal here, Trent.
So inside 50, a rare opportunity. There's a teammate getting off the leash again as she can dob this one if she pleases. And there it is. And the goal umpire celebrates as well. Beaconsfield's first major of 2023. Robertson, it might have been the vice-captain there for the Eagles. It was. And finally, Jono.
And well-deserved too, that goal. If they can continue to do that. And as Coach Robinson said to back themselves, after that, surely not.
Is there a relation there? Bethany Robertson and Troy Robinson?
Let's potentially find that out as play restarts. Oh, gee, that was a crunching tackle on that Boronia player inside the field. Morigliani was lurking, didn't take the football though, as Boronia now in possession of the ball. Right in front of us on commentary side, they move it along. They're into open space here. Davidson gets it further afield. Bouncing footy, collected there. Here's off to Dean. She handballs to a teammate, couldn't quite. Here's Davidson again. Hat kick, bouncing footy. It's coming around. It's going to be a minor score. Fast-paced footy there for Boronia. They register another behind. 8-5-53. All right, to 1 straight 6. And I'll keep saying how good that scoreboard is. Trent, it's pretty crazy. Here's a score.
There's that neutral cap again, Jono.
I'm appreciating the Boronia scoreboard, mate, and I am neutral, definitely 100%.
Fair enough, as Slater marks in front of Hodgenacki, who made her earn it. On the arc of 50, she wheels and goes. Heads to the numbers in the hot spot. It's all Boronia. Chin there, tries to collect at ground level. Throw a blanket over 20 of them. Then running onto it there was Miller. She tries to pursue the exit from the Eagles. So they turn tackler on the outer wing and it's wrapped up on true centre wing side. So we tick under the halfway point here in the second term. The Eagles finally have a major to their name. Still trail by a fair deficit, 47 points. As they look to bridge the gap. So another ball up on the outer wing side. Boronia, Davidson with the handball. She coughed it up. Down the line, the Eagles head. Greenhalgh sitting behind the ball was held onto. Creating a worry for these Eagles defenders. Pintauti was there. As Greenhalgh, a high up and under. Sitting at the falls, Crompton. She stood tall and marked well. There's points further afield. She's got a teammate in Burkett out wide. Heads shorter than that. Martin, the captain, inside 50. Spills over the back. Dean there, along with Chin. They got the numbers at ground level. Davidson, her ball forward was smothered. And Emery runs the gauntlet outside defensive 50. Just hacks it out of there. It's a 3-on-1 contest. And she does well in the end. We'll call it even.
So Cuffle there. I think on the opposite side of the ground is we'll have a restart. Mutton to do the roving. The tap down was to no one in particular. Out they come though, Boronia. This is good footy. Ball comes inside 50. Dean with the strong grab. It was stolen off her, but the umpire said, no, she's got the mark, and rightfully so. Play on to the call as it goes to the top of the goal square, a bit short. And now here it was Burkett with the kick on. Unfortunately, we've got some injury news for Beaconsfield. It's Hodge. It's one of the Robinsons with an injury, a corky, I believe. Here's Slater getting it off to Davidson. Bouncing ball towards the boundary line. A bit of a dribbler. No, it's umpire doesn't.
He's called it.
Has he called it? Hashtag save the dribble, and not exactly convincing, but nevertheless, it's another goal to Boronia, I think. Decision made. Has the umpire signalled all clear? What's happening? Let's wait for the flags. How many flags? Still waiting.
There it is.
Double flagger. The biggest suspense dribble kick of all time ends up in a goal. Boronia have another goal here. 9-5-59. Beaconsfield 1 goal 6.
Wilkinson was adamant there that she laid a fingertip on it. It fell on deaf ears though, her case.
And there's a corky to Bethany Robinson as well. Just a bit of injury news from.
And she's
Kate there.
She's a member of that Beaconsfield backline, so that hurts as well. Back in the centre now. Martin can flick it forward, put her teammate under heat as they head further afield now. The bounce was unkind for Parisi. As running onto it now, the captain Martin balked well. Down the line she heads. Got Phillips in mind. It's off hands. And there's Decker. Good to see her back on the field. She flips it along with Hartfield. And the Hawks player wins out. So Dean driving ball forward. The goal umpire with another decision to make. This time a bit easier though as it dribbles out of bounds. And it'll be last possession rule going the way of Beaconsfield.
Just a bit out of his postcode, I reckon, Trent. As the footy comes back into play. Contest flies. One of them was Marigliani, who left it behind. Ball in dispute. The handball did come out in the direction of Wilkinson, or it might have been. And Beaconsfield try and clear it, but in the centre of the ground, it's Perrott who had the footy. And I'll tell you what, they're on here. Here's Gottliebsen. Bouncing ball, looking for Slater. She was taken out of the footy contest. I think it was Burkett who saw it over, and Blackburn should take the resulting restarting kick.
So it'll be called back. Got to wait for the flags. There, the Beaconsfield defender, Blackburn.
Don't believe you have to wait for the flags. Or do you?
Beats me, mate.
Is it being called back?
So anyway, the Eagles captain, Madison Blackburn, in the team of the year last year, best and fairest winner, takes a running bounce, a floating ball outside 50, bounced off the chest of her teammate in Kira Emery. Greenhard runs onto it. Inside 50 she heads, off the hands of Slater. She'll try and trap it at ground level, can step inside and a right foot snap. Heads to the opposite pocket and out on the full, or last possession, take your pick. Hartfield has it though for Beaconsfield.
Becoming a little bit hazy here at Tormore Reserve, as you can smell a bit of smoke. And Boronia looking to potentially get the footy off the restart, and nothing doing here as players fall to ground. Another ball up here, right in front of the scoreboard. Box throws the ball up. It missed both rucks. Out the back door from Boronia. Almost a kick to gain possession. And then out the back door again. That's another goal. And the goal umpire celebrates with a kick. That's rather unorthodox, but nevertheless, he's got 2 flags up. More convincing this time. Another goal to the Hawks. And the score could come up very shortly after some sponsors' messages. It's 10-6-66. Beaconsfield, 60 points in arrears, 1 behind. 1 goal, 6 points.
Well, I was just about to say that Beaconsfield have done an all right job to put the clamps on this quarter. Boronia, as they look to get the clearance again. Greenharge linking up with Phillips. It's through the hands of Dean. The shallow entry, she's got Blackburn for company, who can try and collect it at ground level. Slater getting involved. Got the handball off Miller as Beaconsfield have it on the turnover. Running onto it there was Ferguson. Outer wing side, high up and under. Spots a teammate in Bliss who can wheel and go. They got someone in mind down the line again. Running onto it there was Gottliebsen, who's full of run in this second term. Driving ball down the line. There's Miller again. Does well to collect it. Kick wasn't as good, although it's to the advantage of Greenharge again. Driving ball forward. They've got best position here in 34. Flanagan. Collins, ground level, Chin, and Collins held without it. So Boronia free kick. This will test their distance range.
Probably to see us through to the halftime break, Trent.
So she'll run a bit of time off this clock. The last scoring opportunity here, the way of the Hawks. It's a high up and under. Hasn't got the legs. Dean stands underneath it. Offhands again, trying to flick it out. There was Hartfield. Dean again. Coughed it straight back up. She goes again, a third effort. Flicked out the way of Collins. Take 2. And this time a minor score on the siren. So there's an anticlimax of a buzzer beat up. There's a bit of words exchanged there with Emery, it might be. Beaconsfield as she heads to the bench. And Justin Box, the cool head, he'll try and calm things down, I'm sure.
Just before we go to the halftime break here, there is 1 score out in Division 1 at the moment. And it's between Ringwood and Churnside Park out at Jubilee Park. Scores are level, 14 points apiece. And there's that from Division 1. We'll have some more scores hopefully from around the divisions, but right now it's half time. Boronia 67 to Beaconsfield 6. More action still to come in the second half.
I just thought it was... No, it's...
Able to deliver it straight.
No.
They're doing so well.
Yeah, no, it's...
First round.
It's a good mentality to have, though.
Huh?
Good mentality to have.
Where do you have this?
Things will change. Seeing big change.
Hey Lee,
All right.
is that on-air light work?
What's that?
Is that on-air light work?
Oh, no, there's no light. We got it.
Looks nice.
Yeah, we got 4 of them. We pulled out of our and we cleaned out a back room, one of our
Nice.
in our lodge
See, also you have a name change
for.
in your business.
No,
Astro, what is it?
oh, no, it's just an extra business. I've got
I want to say,
I've got 5.
I want to say instead of LKLM Media, it's LKM. What is it? Astro.
Astro Engineering.
Hey?
Astro Engineering.
Astro Engineering, as I say, takes down media partners.
Hey, gentlemen,
LKLM,
I just-
Astro Engineering.
I just say on
No worries, mate. Would you be mad if we said that?
Oh, well, yeah, it's got nothing to do with it. So,
Well, mate, you're up in the stars today, to be honest.
The sound of one of the guns.
don't really need to worry about this. So far, it's done. So when this goes back, when you turn on this off, those need this box. So if you grab the cable back up, you can take it down out of that.
Came halfway through the second. Is that actually that's insane. I genuinely think based on that, Boronia could kick it essentially. Just sort of based on the other teams as well. So,
the Hawks. Yeah, not too much. Yeah.
Restricted view.
What's that?
Very restricted view with the cars.
So, yeah, that's it. That last one. Just in saying that like if that was touched, you can't
Yeah, true. Well, so that's correct. But if the umpire calls touched on field, the goal umpire has to act accordingly.
Otherwise, it's a goal.
Right. Because
So what's happening exactly?
it was a bit of a dribbler on the ground, and so umpire just goes. So the umpire comes over and says, so field umpire comes over and says he should. And goal umpire is the sole judge of the end of the day, so to the letter of the law, it was correct. Delta.
Just to note the that one's still on.
Only reason why
I looked at his feet just then, and I saw
Turner.
reckless. The captions, it said on the ground, and it was right up, it said on the ground.
Okay. Management of injury, Talbot, number 3, has just had a shoulder strap, right hand shoulder strap for moving on. Coach Beaconsfield, be more one-on-one, play smarter, block the corridor, be defensive and accountable, encourage each other. I won't take the language in.
You'll say it was colourful.
It was firm. No word yet from whether Robinson, number 5, is coming back in from Corky, but I'll let you know.
Welcome back to the Deakin University EFNL match of the round. The first of 2 this weekend. It's Boronia Brown up against Beaconsfield in the Division 1 competition, of course. Tuesday morning is our second match of the round. I'll be back with Trent Cowan to bring you South Croydon and SPL Wolves in the Premier Division, alongside Blake Tennant, of course, who will offer special comments. But back to this game here at Tormore Reserve. The score is 10-7-67 to 1 straight 6 here at Tormore. And John O'Ven and Trent Cullen with you. Some interesting words shared in the halftime huddle, Trent. I mean, so Beaconsfield, they were encouraged to be more one-on-one and also to play smarter, block the corridor. So do you reckon it's pretty much all set really for Boronia here? I'll leave you with that thought as we'll get underway for the third term. Quick into action. Trent Cowan to take us to the second half.
Some 6-6-6 confusion already in this third term as the tap down was down the throat of Phillips, who links up with Greenhardt. We've seen this before. Inside 50, a dribbling ball. Dean collects, tries to link up by hand with Slater, who's brought her own footy. This time she was almost legged in the end. The handball found her teammate 16, and the bounce was kind for Crompton, who collected the crumbs and adds another for Boronia. Just how they started in the first term, they begin the second half. A goal within 30 seconds.
Scott Nicholas's advice to tell them to put the foot down in the second term clearly applies in the third and indeed the fourth, Trent, as they get off to an absolute flyer here, the Hawks, the home side. Quickly into the centre of the ground. Hopefully they can sort out their 5-6-5 alignment. It's very tough to police with 2 umpires, I'll admit that, as we've got a ball up in the centre of the ground. This time Beaconsfield just trying to mount a challenge, although the umpire's going to put a stop to that. And, or maybe it will continue for the Eagles, as Johnson has the ball, sending it inside 45. Umpire, though, will give another free kick to Beaconsfield. Kick goes deep inside. Missed all intended targets. Greenhalgh out the back with a very booming boot to try and clear the ball. Intended target there was, well, a Boronia play, but then Ferguson does most of the work there for Beaconsfield to try and lock it in. And it might be doing just that. as play restarts.
So 2 rucks go at it, both unable to lay a palm on it. Burkett runs onto this one. Through the corridor, her ball forward was smothered. Marugliani did the 1%er well, as we're back in the middle of Tormore Reserve and bodies collide and we'll have another stoppage. The centre circle. So still your overcast conditions here greeting us this morning. As Beaconsfield look to head inside 50, it's sharked well from Phillips, who slaps it forward. Trying to trap it at the feet. Well, was the Boronia. Davidson it might have been. Turning tackler there was Decker. Beaconsfield inside 50. Number 10 it was. Heads forward. McCage. Down the line she heads. She's got Davidson in mind. It sailed over her head. And her direct opponent marks. Although the smother, she butted up really well, Davidson. 2-on-1 contest, and she earns a free kick. Coach will be very much pleased with that outnumbered win. Down the line she heads. Slater again. Copped one for her troubles, but marks well. So they try and link up by foot down the line. Mark again, and she's off to the races.
First call of that for the year.
Inside 50, Crompton. Marks well, all on her lonesome here. It's number 16, although Davidson offers up a short lead, and there we are.
Great work there, combining Parrott and Davidson there, Trent.
She'll be ordered back on her line. A chance to dob through Boronia's 12th and add to this handsome lead. So Davidson in, she strolls it. It's a shallow ball forward. No real height on that as the Hawks teammate tried to palm it, and Greenharge now. Oh, that was optimistic.
Probably needed to aim a bit towards the left goalpost there, mate. There's a lot of science in snap kicking that's been discovered of late, and left goalpost maybe next time for Delta. So Beaconsfield to come out, they elect to go opposite broadcast side wing. The defender has a bounce, finds the intended target. Down the line. Target's being hit left, right and centre for Beaconsfield. They're on here. Bouncing ball. It's got a fall for Parisi. But the ball continues to just trickle forward, if not for the boundary line there. Directly opposite us on commentary wing. And we'll have a ball up. It's like there's a bit of a slope there, isn't there, Trent? A bit of a slope at Tormore.
Yeah, we kind of lose.
Over the mountain, the umpire picks up the football and we'll get a restart. Not quite a slope as much as Lords, that's more of a diagonal, but Beaconsfield trying to move the ball out through Kira Emily. She was the only goal scorer for the Eagles in the semi-final last year. Boronia with the resulting turnover free kick. Blackburn gained possession and then lost it. Martin with the tackle, that was very good. Holding the ball, deserved the free kick there. Martin, one of the best on ground for Beaconsfield today. Down the line they go. Kick there was looking for Pabston, kind of missed it. Footy hits the deck and umpire says, nothing doing, my ball. Over the hills and far away. Up goes the football. Down it comes, left, right, front, behind. No one can quite get clear possession of the footy. Umpire lurking. Players very much involved there. And it was Parrott involved and helping the clearance along for the Hawks. Open space ahead for Slater, gets the ball to Burkett. They enter inside 45. Might be on here. They will indeed potentially score. They couldn't quite get the maximum. That was from Davidson. So, good news is for Beaconsfield that Bethany Robinson is coming on from a Corky. Quick repairs do the job to score 11-9-75. Beaconsfield 1 straight 6.
So the exit ball, she had to sit and wait, did Ferguson. Sailed over her head, she's on the deck now. Tries to butter up. She's gang tackled. We'll have another stoppage, 60 out from home.
Sun's peeking out.
The way of the Hawks. Crowd slowly building here at Tormore Reserve. Ready for an action-packed day ahead. With reserves and senior footy to follow this. So another stoppage, 60 out from home. 2 rucks to contest again. Trying to slap it forward there was Perrott. And another ball up, so Justin Box being put through his paces there. 3rd consecutive ball up for the rucks to battle again. This time Beaconsfield can clear. Parisi tries to confront Cahill, who does well enough to step past. The mark's been paid to Phillips.
Mark infringement. Phillips moves it down to no one in particular, and the umpire has a word to the coach's box. A white card's in play this year for 2023. We might see one in round 1 match of the round. Beaconsfield moving it down the line there through Hodgenacki to open space. Players will come to meet it. One of them was the number 4 in Miller. And Boronia just working hard at the moment. Holding the ball is the call. Players flattened a potential reversal. I believe so. It's a Parisi free kick. No, it wasn't a reversal, I'm sorry. The holding the ball came from her and she's been given the 25-metre penalty as a just reward. I'm sorry for that, folks. So Stephanie Parisi to kick Beaconsfield's 2nd major of the day as we're ticking to halfway here in the 3rd quarter here at Tormore Reserve. Parisi with a measured approach. On a slight angle, kicks towards the right goalpost, still in play, touched. And a minor score is registered, their first blemish of the day. Beaconsfield 1-1-7, Boronia 11-9-75.
Here's a card. Justin Box reaching in his back pocket. And it's Emery being sent off. I think she already knows it. As the notepad and pen comes out.
Yellow card for
Emery.
Quick to make the changes. Luca Pintauti comes on to replace.
So it'll be brought back to the square for the Hawks captain with the kick-out duties as their huddle spreads, and it's a good little plan they've got set up here on the exit. Although the kick did her Hawks teammates no favours. It's coming back from whence it came. The hotspot ball. Hodgenacki it might be, sitting at the fall. Marks well, and she trots back on her mark with all the confidence.
Great hit there from Blackburn. The skipper. Deserved place in the team of the year last year.
So Hodgenacki, 30 out directly in front, looking to add to the score sheet of the Eagles. She strolls in, sends it high. Has it got the legs on the line?
Or does it?
Falls short and a fingertip in the end. So
no, it's a goal. Umpire just didn't signal.
There you go.
So it was a combined Sheridan signal. Holding the Sheridan a signal there. As box and box combined for an effective disposal in the centre of the ground to get the restart. And, well, another goal to the Eagles. But they're well in arrears at the moment. Boronia well in control. 11-9-75 to Beaconsfield 2-1-13. Up we go in the centre of the ground once more. And it's doing Beaconsfield doing all the attacking. Open space ball. Got their work cut out for them Boronia, I should say, as players hit the deck. Umpire has paid a push. And it's going to be another shot on goal for Beaconsfield. This time
And 25.
Wilkinson, who's been told to come around, as 25 metres off the pitch would be over the fence. Got a shot directly in front, does Wilkinson. Samantha Wilkinson, to be precise, makes no mistake of it, and they score another goal. Beaconsfield 3-1-19 to Boronia 11-9-75. We're inside 10, 7.5 to be precise, to go in the third term. Trent Cullen.
And she's happy with her work there. So she should be as well. Beaconsfield have their second of the day. Could have almost been two in a minute if Parisi could have slotted her set shot. But it wasn't to be. So back in the middle of Tormore Reserve. Griff Box to do the honours. Tosses it high. Hodgenacki caught with it. Greenharge was the tackler in question. On the deck it sits there for Pintati. She slaps it forward. And then watches over as her teammates wrapped up by Phillips, or Davidson rather. So centre half forward the way of the Eagles. Greenharge again can flick it over the top to Burkhardt. High up and under, she'll almost mark her own footy. The bounce was unkind for them all as it sits back on the deck and stacks on style. As Griff Box crosses his chest again and 60 out from home. He'll toss it up once more for the ruck sticker there, says Hodgenacki. Stamping her class in this second half. Green half does well to duck under a wimpy tackler, and her ball forward, Slater marks and goes. Driving a low ball forward on the line there. Acting as a goalkeeper, did well to stop it. Although Burkett can send it back from whence it came. The goal beckons again, and her duties on the line are called upon again as she'll look to exit.
Does just that. Beaconsfield doing everything that Coach Robinson commanded of them in the halftime break, showing some fight in the third term here. But Boronia will come back inside 45. Merigliani with the defensive effort, chased by Rachel Slater. Down the line. The mark is taken by Phillips. And Phillips can rebound. Back inside. Beaconsfield, as I said, showing plenty of fight. They trying to clear across the deck. A bouncing ball is going to await a Boronia player. She's going to pick it up. That Boronia player in questions Greenhalgh. Spins around 1 and 2 with a kick in board. Mark was almost taken. Great defensive effort there from Davies, who produces the golden fist over the line. That was great work there from the Beaconsfield defender. We'll have a ball up inside Boronia's goal.
Did seriously well there.
Unbelievable.
As the fist is palmed down the throat of McRae. It's too hot for her to handle. Greenharge again getting involved.
Oh, no way.
Once more from the pocket again. Does it bounce through? Don't tell me.
It does.
Greenharge, the goal of the day contender. And Boronia have a dozen.
Much like another Delta, we know she's sitting on top of the world, Delta Greenhalgh. And another goal for the Hawks. And a sign of things to come potentially for the last term there. They'll be kicking to the pavilion side, the Hawks, in the last term, but still, credit to Beaconsfield for showing a lot of fight. Speaking of left of screen, they're going to head there through Blackburn, Beaconsfield, but cut off there by Gottliebson, who I believe has run too far.
She's been towing the line a couple of times today. She loves running with ball in hand.
Blackburn to do the attacking. It's going out towards LaRocca. She gathers, gets the kick in, missed the intended target, but the bouncing ball still comes towards goal. A score will be registered. It'll be one behind for the Eagles. And that's their second. The big fire scoreboard signals that 3-2-20 Beaconsfield 12-9, 81
So Miller marks on the 45. She heads to Godliebson, who marks on the stretch. She can head down the line, has Decker in mind. The ruckman marks. Can go further afield. She eyes a teammate inboard in the corridor as they look to switch through McCage. Well, the bounce was unkind for Cahill. She does well enough to trap it again, and Phillips running shotgun. They link up by hand. Driving ball forward, Dean. Again, she can wheel and go. No one mans the mark. Enters 50 now with a high up and under. Standing at the fall there was Crompton in a battle with two Beaconsfield defenders. And they win out. Slater again.
Bang. Point.
Misfires and
Well-timed, Trent, I must say. Well done. So they score behind the Hawks. 12-10-82. 3-2-20 the score as we tick inside 2 minutes. They go on the outside. Over the hill. And they're coming back through Paige Dean, who kicks further afield, missed the intended target. That was Merigliani trying to send it back to whence it came. Players combine. One of them's Davies down the outer side wing for Beaconsfield. Ball in dispute. Great work there from both teams, just trying to find a way out. On the outer side is Blackburn with the mongrel punt. Missing all options. Chasing it hard. There was Martin, the captain. And Boronia come back. But was McRae who had the ball. And she's taking a kick. Goes further infield for Beaconsfield. Over the hill. It's great work there from the Boronia defender to try and clear Burkett in the centre of the ground. Gets it off to a teammate. They combine well. Dean takes the mark, wheels and goes. Bouncing ball though, missed the intended target. They're still on here. Burkett gets the hand pass off. A shot on goal, wasn't quite there. But Burkett's going to try and get involved again. She almost saw it over the line. Centering ball, bouncing, hit the post. Kick was looking for Chin and she just couldn't quite on that occasion. So another behind to Boronia, 12-11-83, 3-2-20 the score as we head into the final seconds and indeed to three-quarter time. That'll do us. The siren sounds. And so Boronia full steam ahead. It's going to be an interesting final term, but Trent, well, it was great fun. First three quarters, I believe you're departing us. Is that correct?
yeah, I've got a game to play.
So best of luck to you. And,
Thanks for the call, Jono.
Thanks
Good fun.
thanks very much for joining us. We're going to have a change in commentary. The EFNL media team chief leader Ryan Long will join us. It's three-quarter time. The score 12-11-83 Boronia, 3-2-20 Beaconsfield. Back with John O'Ven and Ryan Long right after this. See you Tuesday morning.
There's got to be an easier way to get to there.
What's this? It's going to be interesting to see.
Welcome back to the Deakin University Match of the Round here at Tormore Reserve. It's Boronia Brown up against Beaconsfield. The score 12-11-83. Beaconsfield 3-20. John O'Ven and now Ryan Long, EFNL Media Manager, with you this time. Ryan, it's great to have you on the broadcast. Welcome.
Thanks, Jono. No, great turnout here at Tormore Reserve. The Boronia side getting up in the reserves this morning, defeating Wanturna South in their first game, and then obviously I caught glimpses of this game, and Boronia look incredible. The way they move their ball, especially from the midfield, and their recruits that they've picked up have been fantastic. I mean, Greenhalgh has just been phenomenal, and every time I've looked, she's been winning the ball out of the middle. But they link up well. I mean, I haven't seen. I mean, we watched them a couple times last year, but the way they're playing this season is. I mean, obviously it's only one round in, but really good signs, Jono.
Great signs indeed, and I have a lot more to say about Boronia on next week's episode of Female Footy Focus. I'm very keen to talk about them and just to unpack their performance. They've had a lot of great players, and as we can see just in front of us, Coach Scott Nicholas is relaying the final
messages.
The final messages, and I'll tell you what, the girls have delivered for him today, there's no doubt. He asked them to put the foot down in the second quarter, and they just went absolutely ham, and they've been doing well. Meanwhile, the Beaconsfield coach, Troy Robinson, had some choice words to say to his troops at halftime, and they've picked up the pace as well. They piled on a couple of goals. 3-2-20 is their score now.
Much better third quarter.
So a much better third quarter indeed, and so Beaconsfield doing the majority of their scoring down to the left of screen, and so perhaps it'll be the Hawks to do a lot of that scoring in the final term.
I think also one thing to keep in mind, though, Boronia have obviously been playing against the best sides in the competitions with the crossovers in Premier A and B. So they've got a lot of experience, and it's probably a big challenge for a side like Beaconsfield, who are Div 1 side. They played finals last year, but they've still got a lot of improvement to come. So to face off against Boronia first week is a big ask. And look, at that third quarter, they look at that as a few positive signs going forward. And hopefully in the last quarter they can keep it even. They don't have to win the quarter as such, but if they can certainly put a couple more goals on themselves, you go into next week with a bit more of a positive light.
Both teams with a lot of things to be proud of at the conclusion of this game, for sure, as we're almost in readiness for the final term. Umpire Griffin Box holds the ball aloft, waiting for a siren. There it is. We'll get underway in the final term then on Deakin University Match of the Round on Facebook and YouTube. John O'Ven and Ryan Long with you. It's all tied up for the moment. That was great effort there in the centre of the ground by Boronia. All just peppering away. A free kick to Beaconsfield though. Blackburn moves across, moves well. Mark is taken by Hodgenacki, who kicks further afield to a contest. Bouncing ball. Bit of paddling. Boronia defender had a head over the ball, and they move it out, the Hawks. Bouncing footy. She missed it there, unfortunately, as Beaconsfield try and move it back, but then collecting it there was Phillips. Further afield go the Hawks. Greenhalgh been solid, dodges one, got one on her tail, looking for an option. Mark is taken there by Slater. She moves on quickly and makes no mistake of it. A grubber kick, but nevertheless she's scored a maximum. And they continue on. Boronia doing super well.
The trend all afternoon, their ball movement from the back half, we saw that with Kufel going forward. They linked up well, and then obviously the finish to Slater, who's a really strong forward for the Hawks, finishes the job, and it's just been the trend all afternoon, hasn't it? All morning? What is the time, John?
Indeed, she scored 13 goals here at Tormore Reserve in 2022. I don't know how many goals she's had today, but she's got almost half that. And, well, she's going to have plenty more goals as it's a fairly long season ahead. It's going to be absolutely huge for the Hawks.
I think one thing, at least Beaconsfield have sort of evened things up in the midfield. It's just once that ball comes out of that back half, they do struggle to stop Boronia.
Speaking of Beaconsfield, but Blackburn sent it inside 50. Boronia doing very well to move the ball out. I think it was Miller with the defensive effort to try and clear, but the footy stranded about 40 from goal, 35 to be a bit more conservative. Players flying left, right, front, behind. Can anyone get a clearance? It'll be Boronia. I think that's Dean in there, but the umpire will have to call them back. It's a free kick to the Hawks. They'll have it in the pocket.
You had Boronia fourth on the ladder in your predictions after watching them so far.
We'll see as Blackburn, I'll actually give you the answer to that. Blackburn had a shot on goal. Chasing it there was Robinson, but it's gone over the line. Now, I did have Boronia in fourth.
After watching them so far today, do you sort of think should be a little bit higher just with the way with their recruits that have come into the side and the way they've been playing?
Well, it's the old hottest 100 statement, isn't it? Oh, should have been higher. And absolutely, I reckon Boronia, well, they'll be top of the ladder at the end of this weekend. Ryan, as play continues here. And Boronia trying to clear out, ball flying everywhere.
Just on Beaconsfield list, Robson is iced and out of the game for the rest of the afternoon.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Davidson was wrapped up, holding the ball's the call. Martin's got it as a result. Right in front of us, gets the hand pass off. Davies, kick to a one-on-one contest. In there hard was Hodgenacki with a bit of a snap around the body with the right boot. Bouncing ball. Players trying to pick up the football. Boronia will come out with it on broadcast side. Mark was taken there by Collins, I think it might have been. Down the line, kick was looking for Davidson. Martin was hot on her heels there, and then Davidson follows up with the defensive pressure. Umpire crosses himself after that tackle was laid. A ball up on right centre wing. Up we go again. It's Boronia to clear it. This is their high standard of ball movement they've been pushing all day. Players there right in front of us, under pressure, but she'll still get the ball out. Burkett was dispossessed. Great little tap off the ground. Was looking for McCage. Beaconsfield get it back. Kick was smothered. Umpire. No signal, but nevertheless, Boronia have the footy. Slater with the easiest of marks. I reckon she's got it from here, Ryan.
I think so.
She elects to do the unselfish thing. Kick there was looking for Crompton, who's had a few goals today, but Slater might have wanted to just do it all herself as it's all tangled out in the far pocket. Up the ball goes. Rucks go at it. A kick out the back there from Flanagan, it might have been. There's a minor score.
Around the grounds, Ringwood 6-10-46, lead Churnside Park 3-4-22.
It was all tied up at one stage. Ryan, thanks for that in the Division 1 game that's available, live scored on game day.
And Surrey Park 5-3-33 to Eastfield 1-6.
Doing very well, the Surrey Park Panthers. So here's Boronia to mount a challenge as they stole the footy. Phillips tried to kick it, and then on the line there, as easy as you like, they've kicked another goal. I believe that was Greenalge. She's been on fire today, and she gets another goal for the home side. Just unbelievable as Greenalge, a hidden gem. An unbelievable pickup on the goal line there. From Delta, she is well and truly sitting on top of the world.
And she just moves around the ground so quickly. I mean, we saw her before in the midfield, and then she's popping up forward to be able to kick goals as well. And it's could be the best recruit in the division, Jono.
And Paige Dean, another one of those great recruits. She's come over from a few Eastern clubs, playing in her junior days. The number 11 for Boronia. We go up in the centre of the ground. Blackburn had it previously. Ball in dispute. Dean's in there again. Boronia out the back potentially. They'll do that for the goal scorer, and Greenalge finding her target very easily on the outer side wing. She goes in, and for the intended target over the back is Martin. She kicks, looking for Hodgenacki, but they're on here. Blackburn through the centre of the ground. Might be able to do it all herself. The Boronia defender couldn't quite take the mark. Still out the back door, though. They might be able to make a chance of it. Beaconsfield, they can't. Great tackle there laid by Parisi. And she goes in there very hard indeed. They're combining well. Ball just peppering away from both teams. They can't quite take clear possession. A kick there from Wilkinson landed in the hands of her teammate, but it wasn't far enough. A resulting ball up will happen. It's in a good spot for us here on commentary position, that's for sure. Got the restart out the back here. It's got Bleepson, who's got space ahead of her, and Boronia will send the numbers to move the ball out. Greenalge, she's very good at ground level, but she can't quite get the ball on this occasion. Boronia down the wing now. Great mark taken by Slater in the middle of the ground. She moves on quickly to a one-on-one contest. Who can take the mark? No one can on this occasion. I think it was Burkett who couldn't quite get the ball. Piling on the pressure to the Hawks. One of them was Chin, and will go out 55 metres from Boronia's goal. We go again then. Kicking it in there is Flanagan, the Vermont Premiership player. Players head to the deck. Yep, it's going to be very scrappy for Boronia to score a goal here. Player was held. Umpire said play on. Trying to pick up the ball here is Ferguson. But she can't, unfortunately. Ball hits the deck. We've got a ball up on the outer side.
Nuttawading 2-5-17 lead, Mitcham 1-1-7. Not sure if that's been updated since.
That's in the Division 3 and 4 competition. Still up for grabs. Divisional spots there, Ryan?
Absolutely. There'll be a grading process currently going on for the first 3 rounds.
Big things to come from all the teams who are left. Still yet to be graded. It's down Beaconsfield's end now. But Boronia putting the foot down with the defensive pressure. And with that going down, there's a few players as well will have the ball up this time. Down the other end. Rucks go to work. Rover couldn't quite get the ball. Here's Greenalge again, but this time she's tackled. Holding the ball is the call. She can't escape this time. And a great tackle laid by the Beaconsfield player. I think that was Blackburn, and she's been very good with the tackles today. Kick missed the intended target. As there might be a chance for a consolation goal. Blackburn, I think, was caught high. And fair enough too. She'll have a shot at goal here. No, sorry, it's not Blackburn, it's Wilkinson.
But it was all set up with the Blackburn tackle there. You don't lay that, you don't get the re-entry inside forward 50.
Wilkinson goes across the face to Parisi. One of the Parisi sisters side by side on the team list. Gets it off to Hodgenacki, who scores a goal. And that's their fourth. 4-3-27 in arrears of Boronia for 14-12.
It's been a much better second half, I think, from Beaconsfield. They've really started to, I mean, obviously Boronia have still been able to keep scoring and putting that margin on, but they've never given up, and they continue to get some forward 50 entries, and it's just now starting to convert for them. And she's had a great game, Hodgenacki, so a good reward there.
14-12, 96 to be exact for the home side as we tick down inside the last 10, 8.5 to be exact. Footy goes up, umpire, the senior box, throws it up. It's a hard-fought battle at ground level. Got leaps and picked it up, and a few players combine. One of them there is Miller, who kicks to Dean. She's been impressive too. She's going to have a big year. Paige Dean in the centre of the ground to a big contest of players. No one's going to fly, but here's Greenalge picking up the ball. She's very good at ground level. Goes forward a goal. Who can pick up the ball here? It was Decker buried underneath it. Umpire to ball the footy up. Decker showing a lot of promise, and she's also doing well in the ruck. That was Greenalge roving it. Footy's at the goal place now. Who can emerge with it? Great work there from Beaconsfield to try and clear it, but it's only as far as that Boronia defender, specifically Coffle. She's got it off to Crompton, who kicks it further afield. A few handballs left and right. Beaconsfield putting on the defensive pressure, trying to get the clearance. They're doing well. They've cleared it for the moment as it head towards the interchange benches. Boronia now have it. Here's Gottliebsen. Dodges one, dodges two. LaRocca with the tackle, holding the ball. They move on quickly, Beaconsfield. And they've cleared the ball successfully. Footy was looking for the number 16 in Taylor. They still managed to creep forward. Boronia quick to come to the contest. The junior box crosses himself directly in front of us for another ball up. And here comes Blackburn into the contest. I reckon she might have a fair bit to say, but also Greenalge is lurking. Doesn't get the handball off Gottliebsen. Gottliebsen does it all herself to Slater. Slater with a brilliant mark. It's a fair distance ahead. She's got a player calling out for her. Davidson perfectly hits her. Her nickname's Davo, I'm being told on the bench, and fair enough too. There's a few Davos in the EFNL. And the kick goes forward, but it's not quite of scoring capacity. Burkett tried to score, but it's gone to the near side. Another behind to Boronia. Check out this scoreboard effect. Ryan, it's pretty cool. 14-13, 97. Like bang! Guy. I like it very much to 4-27. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the final term. So Beaconsfield will move it across the field, or to the other side, I should say.
It's just that connection inside 50 has been incredible all afternoon. I don't know, we don't have statistics on us, but their marks inside 50 had been a big improvement from the last time we saw them last year. It's
been really good. McRae says her options. Almost looked for touch, but Wilkinson did collect on that occasion. Fair scrap on the outer side of the field. It's back down Boronia's end. Dean almost collected her own footy. Great defensive effort there from Hartfield. Umpire blows his whistle.
And that's been the thing I've been impressed about with Beaconsfield, though, in the second half. They haven't dropped off in pressure, and quite a few times just in this quarter they've been able to ping a couple girls from Boronia for holding the ball. So they haven't given up, and it's I think they'll be still a decent side in this division when they play a few other teams that certainly not a Boronia or a Basin who have come down at playing at that higher level at Premier Division.
Davidson missed out on the mark, but she still might be able to collect the footy at ground level. She gets the ball off from a handball, centre kick forward, and they might have another goal here. I think this is Gottliebsen to the teeth of goal. It was touched on the line, still in play. Bouncing footy, but the Boronia players are going to combine. Handball was just out, although not in the opinion of the umpire. That player in question's been pinged, and a holding the ball decision. It's going to go the way of Hannah Gregory, who moves on quickly. Gottliebsen was at the fore of the ball there on that occasion, but behind play there was Glare, who picked up the footy. And now the ball was turned over. Players combine. One of them is Blackburn down in the centre of the ground. She unfortunately couldn't quite trap it. Lost possession of the footy. Slater. A few other Boronia teammates combine as you can hear the call. Sorry was set out in the middle of the field. But Boronia still might be on here. Nope. It's a last touch kick. A few apologies flying left, right and centre. And Boronia, real missed opportunity there. Emery sends it to the hot spot. Gottliebsen just stole it like a thief in the night. Kicks forward. Couldn't quite find an option. Burkett's lurking. So is Davidson. but Beaconsfield try and move it back. Gobleepson missed the mark. Here's Martin trying to pick up the footy, dispossessed of the ball. Players circling. One of them was Decker for Boronia. And another ball up just left of the centre square. Up we go again. Decker decided not to go in the ruck. It looked like Phillips was caught high for a moment. He tried to get it out. Here's McCage. She's wrapped up by 2 players. And we'll have another ball up. Pressure red hot from both teams, Ryan, as we tick down into the final minutes. Footy goes up as we're just inside 2.5 here. LaRocca collected, turned it over straight away to McCage. McCage with a high and up and under to a 1-on-1 contest. Neither player managed to gain possession as the ball goes down the centre of the ground from the resulting turnover. Ball moving faster than I can commentate at the moment. Wilkinson hard at ground level. Couldn't trap it. Players combine. Here's McCage, but she's turned it over to Emery, who's slowed down. Go LaRocca is the call out in the centre of the ground. Kick goes goalward. Player in question, Pintauti, couldn't quite get the mark. As Boronia down the centre of the ground. A kick towards Slater. Wasn't quite marked as she fell down.
It was marked.
It was marked, I'm sorry.
Well done by Kale, though, to clear that out.
Ooh.
It's their back 6 have been really impressive.
So Greenhalgh is off for a calf cramp, and I suppose she's worked very hard in this game as we tick down to the final minutes. Maybe icing on the cake for Boronia in the final minute here at home in round 1, stamping their authority in the competition early. That Beaconsfield player, Martin, was pushed in the back. I think she's copped a little head knock as well. I think it was Slater there just to check if she's okay, but she's up. She's got the resulting free kick. Oh no, she doesn't. In fact, so the contact was missed, I'm sorry, by the umpire, but nevertheless, a Boronia shot on goal has gone wayward. I saw something different there, might have been missed by the umpire, but nevertheless, they score behind, and who knows, maybe one very last roll of the dice as the funky scoreboard does its thing. 20 seconds inside. And Beaconsfield will have possession in the final seconds. Maragliani with the ball inside 10. Gets it down the line, looking for Emery. She couldn't quite take the mark, but that'll do it. Boronia win the first match of their season. The final score, 14-14-98. Beaconsfield 4-3-27 here at Tormore Reserve. And that does it from us too here on the first Deakin University match of the round here at Tormore Reserve. We'll be back though. There's a second game to come here, which will be on Eastern FM, the men's game between Boronia and the Waverley Blues. But also on Tuesday morning, there's another women's match of the round, South Croydon and SBL Wolves from Cheong Park on Tuesday. From John O'Ven, Trent Cullen and Ryan Long, we'll see you again very soon. Thanks for joining us.
Of course he would do. Where else would he be? People stay still.